Every year, we travel to different parts of the country to hear about how cities are supporting their small businesses to grow and succeed. This feeds into our annual Small Business Outlook report, which looks at how and why the performance of SMEs varies across the 64 largest cities in the UK. This year, I thought I'd bring a camera with me to showcase some of these different experiences. My third trip was to Leeds, where I looked at how the city has shifted away from its industrial past towards fostering businesses of the future. I asked Matt Gaffney what were the key building blocks of Leeds' reinvention.
Good universities, so lots of potential for students coming out that can go into grad schemes, lots of major blue chip clients, lots of public sector companies and great travel links. And there's a hell of a lot of investment that's happened in Leeds over the past 10-15 years. You can see with all the new office buildings that are coming up and Trinity that it seems like it's a city that's just going further and further up.
Public investment in new office space has made the city more attractive to entrepreneurs in growing sectors.
When the Round Family Media Centre opened, it was completely in isolation, and all the many independent cafes, bars, restaurants, the great apartments, the families that are moving into this part of Leeds just weren't here. Actually, it was a kind of faded star of its former industrial glory. It was quite derelict. So it also, by bringing those early adopters to this part of Leeds, meant that actually other people recognised it as a really exciting place to be.
The success of new sectors has created new pressures.
We've seen a lot of growth at the moment and it seems to be continuing, but there are something like 500 vacancies in the creative and digital sector at the moment, and it'll get to the point where, well, we worry that it'll get to the point where businesses think, actually, I'm going to have to go somewhere else because I can't get the right people to come and work it.
Over the last 3 or 4 years, there's been a huge boom in the number of people that are in the city or coming to the city or graduating from university programmes in the city. But at the same time, big businesses are coming here. So Sky has a big workforce here and that's growing. KPMG are growing a big digital workforce. There are lots of really significant businesses here, which in one sense is great. But in another way, it means that it's very hard for us to find great people. It pushes the price of people up. So I think getting our head around talent in the city and creating the right pipeline is really important.
Access to finance is another issue faced by startups in Leeds.
Leeds doesn't have a kind of real great investor pool at the moment. It doesn't have that go-to place that you know you're going to get sound advice or be able to access finance or development for your business.
There is not really finance around here. You go to London. We go to London lots. You know, it's an hour and 50 minutes to London. It's not a problem for us.
Links to London aren't just about getting investment. The capital is also a source of new clients.
London's a big growth area for us. We're looking at potentially having a second office there in the next sort of 12 to 18 months so that we can support our clients down there a lot better. But we would still stay in Leeds because we've got a lot of clients in the north, Yorkshire, Lancashire and further north into Scotland.
Luke Hodson is also resistant to the lures of the capital.
It's quite affordable for us to kind of stay in Leeds and to employ people, and the costs of getting some space wasn't too kind of astronomical. So we had looked at like London and we thought it might be cool to do that, but it was a bit more kind of scary in terms of costs and things. So we decided to kind of stick put in Leeds, and yeah, it's been pretty good.
Affordable space and links with London have been key to the success of Leeds SMEs, to the point where the city is starting to worry about skills constraints in growth areas. The restoration of old sites of trade and production to house new startups in growing sectors symbolise the reinvention of the city's economy. In the final video, I'll look at the journey Glasgow has made, using different elements of its economic heritage to foster a diverse small business community.